you have to have a very good understanding with the United States in order to go forward. The United States are a very difficult partner because, as I said, they have a global agenda. So anything happening anywhere in the world is India, come and join us. We are not going to do that. We are not going to become another UK. I hope no better shall help. But, and this is very serious, this is not nonsense, but we have not had a culture of national security in this country. Never. We may talk about Chanakya, but that was so many centuries ago that we... In '62, when the Chinese seemed to have come into some part of what we claimed, Pandit Nehru went to Madras and said from there that I have asked my forces to throw them out. A country which had pushed back the United States to the Panmunjom line or whatever it is called. And we say that we'll throw them out. So, this absence of understanding that what you need for national security, both external and internal, this has not been properly understood by our country. And that's why I'm happy that this thing is being brought out. I have only one complaint, and I hope you will take it in this way. The authors are talking about the values of India. I'm afraid we have no values left. Look at the parliament, look at here, look at there. Where are the values that we are going to talk about? I'm sorry. We are in this situation today because we have given up those values. Otherwise, we would have been much better off. And Pratap Bhanuman was saying, how long is he going to speak? So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for so magnificently sharpening the debate and, I think such a pointed articulation of the question. And I think the only thought I had was when you said, we have no traditions. I think we have 3 gentlemen, or, perhaps 5 gentlemen sitting at this table who certainly would count in that very distinguished tradition of Chanakya. We are running a bit short of time. Our plan is to basically sort of get 2 of the sort of authors to respond briefly to what has been said, and I stress the word very briefly. But before I invite them to do so, I'd just like to do 2 things. First of all, acknowledge other members of the group who chose not to be on stage so that they won't be stared at. But I think I would be remiss if we did not acknowledge them and their presence here. Nandan Nilekani, Lieutenant General Prakash Menon, Srinath Raghavan, and Siddharth Vadarajan, I think somewhere in the room. Thank you so much for being part of this. The second point I would like to emphasize is the status of this document, just so that there's no kind of misunderstanding about it. Like, I guess, what should be the principle of collective cabinet government, we are all responsible for it, even though individually we may not agree with all parts of it. And I think I just want to sort of get that characterization clear. May I now just invite Rajiv Kumar to very briefly offer a few words, and then Mr. Shyam Sadan.
Thank you, Pratap. And in the interest of brevity, I will do away with the courtesy of salutations. I just wanted to emphasize a few points which came up in the comments by the panelists, by the sort of eminent panels here. One, I think Mr. Narayanan said that the window of opportunity, and he has heard it before. We do take the position in this document that this is, in some sense, a moment of reckoning for us in India because, and as an economist, I can say with numbers that the demographic dividend that we never tire of speaking is only got about 15 to 20 years left for us because after that, that will just catch up with us and we will not have it. So if we don't obtain that, if we don't do whatever is needed to do that, I think we will miss the boat at this time. So and then the other thing that we talk about here is the path dependence, which is that if we don't do what we have to do today, I'm afraid we will miss it again because, and there what we have is examples that we give. For example, is let's say the transport policy in India. Can India afford to have an auto-based, personal automobile-based transport policy, or should we be looking at public transport, etc., which is a bit, as an option? And can we postpone that? The thing about defense production, can we continue to import 70, 75, 80% of our defense needs and still have the aspirations, the pretensions of being a global power? And we need to start off that today. So there are several examples of where we need to take action today, otherwise we will perhaps be going in a trajectory where we don't want to do. The second thing that I'd like to sort of mention, which Mr. Brajesh Mishra talked about it so eloquently, about our relationship with the US, we do take the view, and I also wrote a paper with the Center for New American Security before President Obama's visit, is that our relationship to the US would be quite like the US and France relationship, which is that we are two very, very sovereign, very proud, very, sort of traditional countries who will agree to be partners and friends, but not allies in the sense that we can't be taken for granted at any point of time of each other. And we also do make the point in our document that those who have allied with the US have sometimes found that they have been shortchanged after a while, and therefore what we say in our document is that we will be friends and not allies, and that's the sentence that we have used in our document that we have. On the other one, which is that we have, I think I just want to emphasize the importance that we give in this document to South Asia, and we sort of say that India has to take care of South Asia, be responsible for South Asia. Effectively, what we say is whatever it takes. That it's our responsibility, we have to do it because we say that South Asia stops us in many ways, in many points from becoming, from achieving our own aspirations of being a global power. So, we have to engage with that. And the last